you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You could tap in or you could tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know, right? Time, energy, the highest forms of currency. My G, I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, and chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. That time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors, right? Everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. Yeah, we on our way to the top, well over 50,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 60K. All right. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, all my new investors, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You know how I do, you know how I'm giving it up, and you absolutely know how I'm putting it down, my G's. Now listen, man, late night, early morning live stream. All right, we not staying long. Big salute to everybody that's going into the chat. You know, I got a lot of people in the DM right now. Yo, Big G and BTV. You know, what's your perspective on the Iran war? What's the connection to 9/11? You know, Big G and BTV, you know, what's your thought process on the connection between the Iran war, Donald Trump, George Bush, and 9/11? What's the connection, right? Now, one thing for sure, two things for certain is absolutely late night, early morning, but it's nasty work. You feel me? And when the downloads download, there is no denying the information. Now, you know, these Hail Mary plays are redundant by the higher ups and the elites. What's the connection between 9/11 and the Iran war? Well, we're going to talk about that, right? And we also going to have a conversation about shame. Now, I know that's a little left, but it is early in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm an OG, right? I'm an old guy. And the game is the game. The downloads have downloaded. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So we're going to have a conversation about shame. That's something in society that's missing. You know what I'm saying? And absolutely needs to be brought back. All right. So we're gonna have that conversation. But right now, I wanna get directly into this because the higher ups and the elites is probably just waking up or they still sleep, rubbing their feet together. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So listen, man. Listen, check this out, right? Before I give you this pure dope straight off the brick directly into the bottles, before I do this, I got to do some customizations to the chat. You know, the higher ups and the elites are always playing chess at the highest level. The higher ups and the elites are always trying to muffle the message and shadow ban the channel. The higher ups and the elites understand that Grown Man Business TV is an absolute threat to the establishment, my G. And not only am I a threat to the establishment, but the revolution will be televised right here in these YouTube streets. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. All right, big salute to the chat. I know this is not the regular scheduled program, right? It's 4:30 in the morning where I'm at, and this is not normal. But when it comes to this channel, when it comes to these downloads, when it comes to this information, nothing will ever be normal. As soon as they got you on a program, as soon as the higher ups and the elites feel like they got you figured out, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. The higher ups and the elites are always working, but the most high, the mother nature, the downloads, ain't nothing above that. So it don't really matter what the higher ups and the elites do. It don't really matter what's going on. If you pay attention, if you have discernment, if your third eye is open, then when the most high is speaking, when you tap into discernment, you'll get these kind of messages. You'll get these kind of downloads. You understand what I'm saying? 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, when the higher ups are asleep or just getting their coffee, when they wiping the coal out their eyes, it might be time to drop a bomb on you. Big salute to the chat. I'm not worried about the numbers right now. Big salute to my replay gang. Everybody that come in, hit that little red button right there and slide it back. Big salute to the replay gang. We're gonna have a quick conversation. It's not gonna be long. It's 4 in the morning. I'm an OG. I'm an old guy. Feel me? Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button, man. Well over 50-some people in here. Early morning. You're probably on your way to work. Making your Folgers, right? Yeah. You putting the cream and the sugar in that coffee. Do what you're supposed to do when you come in here. We're going to have a conversation. 9/11. There's a connection between 9/11 and the Iranian war that nobody's talking about. And we're going to have that conversation. You already see that right there at the bottom of the chat, right? You see that right there at the bottom of the chat. Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, using your Twitter fingers all in the comment section, using your Twitter fingers to do the Twittering, all in my comment section with the extra Twittering, with the extra Twitter fingers. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know how I'm giving it up, and you absolutely know how I'm putting it down, my G's. Now, let's get right into this, right? Y'all remember 9/11. Y'all remember the whole war on terrorism, the weapons of mass destruction that we never found, right? You know, they were attempting to make nuclear bombs and nuclear warheads, and they already had weapons of mass destruction that we never found, that never came up. But behind closed doors, you know, trillions of dollars went missing in the US Treasury. You know, the Pentagon, trillions of dollars, trillions and trillions of federal funds went missing the day those buildings fell, right? Not only that, we knew something about the oil. Everybody was talking about the oil under the hood. Everybody was talking about how we wanted to go over there to Afghanistan and get that oil. But see, one thing for sure, two things for certain, America, the higher ups and the elites, the reptilians are working overtime. They're playing chess at the highest level. And back in those days, before smartphones, before we had access to this information, all they had to do was be 3 steps ahead of us. Yeah, 3 steps ahead. And that's all they needed. 3. You understand what I'm saying? Now that we have access to this internet, we have access to the metaverse, they got to be 10 to 15 steps ahead. All right. So back in those days, they had us thinking about Muslims. They had us thinking about, you know, the hijab, you know, people with their faces being covered up, discrimination. They had us thinking about oil. They had us thinking about, you know, weapons of mass destruction. But one of the things they never talk about, the main reason George Bush went over there to Afghanistan had nothing to do with oil. It had nothing to do with weapons of mass destruction. You know, I'm curious to know if any of y'all in the chat know exactly what we went over there for. Yeah, if you know what we went over there, put it in the chat. Let me do something real quick. Put it in the chat. I'm gonna look to it real quick and see if y'all know exactly why we went over there. One thing for sure, two things for certain. When you come to Grown Man Business TV, I don't go nowhere without the receipts. I will not step out the house. I will not hit the live button without the receipts. So one thing for sure and two things for certain, you need to know, I already got the receipts. If you know or if you don't, I got those, all right? Big salute to the chat. Let me see. Yo, it's the funny yank again. Love you. Salute, salute. Bro, they went into Iraq for oil, not Afghanistan. Afghanistan, Iraq, you call it. See, I got something for you where I'm gonna be able to give you some game. You know, I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? This is dialogue, and I want you to use your brain, especially this early in the morning. I want you to get that oxygen pumping to your brain so you can know what you're talking about, and we can share this information, these downloads. I'm not staying long. Okay, big salute to the chat. Let's look at a receipt real quick. We're not staying long. I'm gonna connect this to what they doing in Iran. Okay, I'm gonna connect it. Let's look at one of these receipts real quick. Let's just kind of look at this and see what's going on with this. I just want to give you some context. I want to remind you of what 9/11 what it kind of looked like. You know what I'm saying? What was going on? A lot of y'all might have been in elementary school. A lot of y'all wasn't up and active when 9/11 took place. So let's just look at this receipt and we're gonna go further. All right, big salute to the chat. Look. And then it happened. Ooh, now that was a day to remember. And big salute to you in the chat. You hit the nail on the head. We gonna get into that. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. I love the fact that we not engaging with bots. We engaging with intelligent subscribers. That's the only way I was able to build this channel. I can't build this channel off of jail niggas. I can't build this channel off of imbeciles. You know what I'm saying? The majority of the people that get in this chat, if it's 10 o'clock at night, if it's 4:30 in the morning, they on cue. All right? They use oil. They wanted to get some of that oil, and they definitely wanted to get Iraq and Afghanistan. They wanted to get everything under control over there. But the main reason they went over there is poppy fields. Acres upon acres upon acres of poppy fields to keep the American people high. Feel me? You know, delusional. You know what I'm saying? Beaming up the Scotty. You know, those poppy fields were absolutely number one on the agenda, because getting the oil is cool, but what happens when we start seeing through the smoke and mirrors of 9/11? What happens when after the buildings fall and the smoke and the mirrors and all the debris settles, and we could see that 2 airplanes was not knocking them buildings down like that, and we could connect the dots? What happens? So number one on the agenda, number one on the list was gaining control over thousands of acres of heroin, poppy seeds, and then getting it over to the American public like Nicky Barnes, you know, Frank Lucas. Yeah, Frank Matthews and all of that. Pure dope dealing. The biggest dope dealer in American history, the biggest dope dealer in global history is the US government. All right? So I'm going to connect that. We're not going to go through the whole ins and outs of 9/11. We know those airplanes wasn't big enough to do what they did to them buildings. We know it was a demolition. It was dynamite. They took those buildings down with demolition. If you ever work construction, if you ever got your hands dirty, you know them big ass buildings wasn't falling straight down. Okay? Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now let's get into this receipt before we go into Iran, right? What's going on in Iran? Let's kind of get into this last receipt before we tap in to Iran, before I connect the dots for y'all. Okay? 9/11, heroin. Heroin. Let's see what's going on. Look.
Wait, so you're investigating potential malfeasance around these fields?
Afghanistan used to be a net food exporter. And as soon as the U.S. takes over, they're producing 93% of the world's heroin.
That's right.
I'd like to know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to tell me. So I get to Bagram Air Base, and I said, I'm going to need a helicopter to Lashkar Gah. And they were like, oh, can't do it. Too dangerous. I was like, no, we're doing it, like, in the next hour. You have to be a dick with these people sometimes, right? Because they think that they could just pacify you until it's time to leave. And I'm like, no. I outrank you. I'm telling you, get a pilot and fly me to Lashkar Gah. So we get down there. And it's a god-awful place. But man, I'm telling you, as far as your eye can see, all there is poppy. All of it is poppy. So I said, I want to talk to a poppy farmer. They were like, are you nuts? And I said, no, I'm serious. I want to talk to a poppy farmer. So we go out to the poppy fields. We see this guy cultivating his poppy. So I go up to him. And I said, I got to ask you a question, which was incredibly naive. I said, why don't you grow crops that have 2 growing seasons instead of poppy? You could grow tomatoes or onions or pomegranates. And he goes like this. He goes, the Americans told me in 2001, if I told them where the Arabs were, I could grow all the poppy I wanted. I go, what Americans told you could grow poppy? And my military handler's like, we got to go. Bogey's in the area. We got to go. And he physically pulls me into the Jeep and takes me back to the helicopter.
Wait, so you're investigating potential malfeasance around these fields?
Afghanistan used to be a net food exporter. And as soon as the U.S. takes over, they're producing 93% of the world's heroin.
That's right.
I'd like to know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to tell me. So I get to Bagram Air Base and I said, I'm going to need a helicopter to Lashkar Gah. They were like, oh, can't do it. Too dangerous. I was like, no, we're doing it like in the next hour. You have to be a dick with these people sometimes, right? Because they think that they can just pacify you until it's time to leave. And I'm like, no, I outrank you. I'm telling you, get a pilot and fly me to Lashkar Gah. So we get down there. And it's a god-awful place. But man, I'm telling you, as far as your eye can see, all there is poppy. All of it is poppy. So I said, I want to talk to a poppy farmer. They were like, are you nuts? And I said, no, I'm serious. I want to talk to a poppy farmer. So we go out to the poppy fields. We see this guy cultivating his poppy. So I go up to him and I said, I got to ask you a question, which was incredibly naive. I said, why don't you grow crops that have 2 growing seasons instead of poppy? You could grow tomatoes or onions or pomegranates. And he goes like this. He goes, the Americans told me in 2001, if I told them where the Arabs were, I could grow all the poppy I wanted. I go, what Americans told you could grow poppy? And my military handler's like, we got to go. Bogey's in the area. We got to go. And he physically pulls me into the Jeep and takes me back to the helicopter.
Wait, so you're
Whew. Okay. Yeah, I had a little move. It's early in the morning, so I'm an old man. Don't worry about it. But again, right, I'm only going through this because I want to connect the dots to what's going on today, right? Poppy, heroin. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain, and I saw that, the Vietnam War. You understand what I'm saying? That's how Frank Lucas in certain situations was able to take, Frank might have been getting 400 keys, you know what I'm saying, of that good pure Borico, you know what I'm saying? But the American government, oh, shit. Thousands upon thousands. How you think the Italian mob and certain people was getting their hands on all that goddamn good Doochie? You understand? Same thing with the war in Nicaragua, right? Crack. All across the United States, crack from the American government. So the downloads is downloading it. And I've been on Trump neck for the last few nights. The past week, I've really been just going in because this nasty work was taking place. And then the downloads say, hold up. Let's go into the war in Iran. Let's go into Venezuela, right? Let's look into this. One thing all these places got in common is they doing business with China. They doing real business with China. Venezuela, you know what I'm saying? Iran. It's a lot of people doing business with China. And behind closed door for a long time, we've been doing business with China on a certain level. We in debt, well, not we. I'm not French. The reptilians and the dog fur having Caucasoid Neanderthals in the government and all these puppets, right? They are in bed with China and in debt to China. And, it's no coincidence that one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, everybody is in the same fucking boat. They all go to the same Christmas parties. They all go into the same White House. They all are being controlled by the same government. The same, Israel. Fuck it. Let's just be straight up. They all got strings attached. The Geppetto was Israel. Don't matter who the face is. So the download said to me, ain't it a coincidence that just some years ago we get to hearing about fentanyl, and we get introduced to fentanyl and a thumbnail, a pin top, just the pin top can kill 100 Americans. Fentanyl, that fent. All of a sudden we being introduced to fentanyl the same way we was introduced to crack. And I'm not going to say nobody's connecting the dots, but when I look at it, ain't nobody connecting the dots. We in bed with China. We are in debt, right? Because the dog fur, they don't really know how to create. They only know how to sell out, steal, rob, kill, consume. If the dog fur don't have melanated people providing new inventions and pushing pushing the country into the next level, they get sold out. People like China who got real intelligence over there, who really building shit, who really are over there solving problems. They ain't just selling stuff to China. China and the kids over there, and the college students and the engineers and the architects, these Chinese people are really over there solving problems. That's why China looked like the Jeffersons. That's why certain areas in China, it looked like futuristic. In America, we still driving around in the same goddamn subways in New York City. We still using airplanes from 1982 with just new names on it. Same airplane, but now it's a Spirit airplane. Same airplane, but it's one of the old United airplanes. It's the same fucking airplane from a bankrupt air, it's the same thing. It's a reason why. So white people can't push us forward. If they get an opportunity to steal, rob, kill, pillage, right? Then they might come across some new technology. They might come across some new inventions. They might come across some new information that they can, they can hardwire and rebuild it, and they can feed it to us like it's some type of, we stuck in the motherfucking 90s. All right. So we in debt to China, right? And just like crack, here comes fentanyl. And soon after fentanyl, here comes the open borders. Here come all the migrants. Here come all the goddamn, all the scamming. Here come all the turmoil. As if we already don't have turmoil. Again, the dog fur having people, they don't thrive off of peace and harmony. They thrive off of chaos. If it ain't chaos, if it ain't something going on, if it ain't a war, if it ain't something that's got everybody stressed out and worried, they not at home. They not happy. You feel me? So we get introduced to fentanyl. Oh, the Mexican cartel is bringing fentanyl into America. It's a devastation. It's the most powerfulest drug that we've ever seen. It's more powerful than crack cocaine. Fentanyl. We're going to war with the Mexican government. Yeah, fucking right. The Mexican cartel still was doing their thing. They still manufacturing the goddamn fentanyl and they feeding it to America. Who behind that? China, right? Oh, we're finding boats coming across the Atlantic full of fentanyl. China got their hands in all of that. Because you know what, right? Y'all in debt. Y'all delinquent. Couple of $1 trillion. Y'all got the money. But if y'all pay us, then where's the chaos going to come from? If y'all pay China off, if America takes the same money that we gave Argentina. If we take the same money we gave Argentina and Ukraine, that's already $1 billion. That's already $1 trillion and some change right there. If we really wanted to pay off China, we could do it. We could have been did it. But if we do that, where are we going to create turmoil from? Where are we going to create wars from? Where are we going to keep the people in chaos, keep the people upset, keep the people angry, keep the people stressed out so we can funnel their souls, so we can funnel their energy? How are we going to do it? So we need to stay in debt to China. Well, China say, you know what? How about this? Y'all ain't going to pay us. That's cool. We got this fentanyl. We got this fentanyl. We gonna fudge our streets. Y'all ever been to Kensington out there in Philadelphia? Y'all ever really seen the fentanyl crisis in America? Nah, they don't publicize it like they did the crack epidemic. They learn from their mistakes. They learn, that was a bad move having crack on the news every night. Having crack all in the goddamn algorithm every day. In due time, the CIA, the FBI, everybody's exposed for having their hands in the crack epidemic. Well, we're not going to publicize fentanyl. We just going to let it deteriorate. the infrastructure. Y'all ever been to Kensington? Google Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia. I used to work out there. I was getting money in Philly. I seen that shit with my own eyes. Open air drug market. You can buy this shit in broad daylight, like it's legal. Huh? Oregon. Out there in Oregon, you can buy fentanyl, you can buy heroin, you can buy whatever drug you want, whatever your vice is, you can buy that. Open air drug market. Like going to a grocery store where it's legal. Okay? So we sitting back and we saying, man, we didn't ask for this war in Iran. We didn't ask for this. As the American people, you supposed to run this past us. You supposed to ask us if we with it. We supposed to make the decision. You don't get to just go to war with Venezuela. You don't get to go over there and go to war with Iran. You don't really get, you don't get to motherfucking eliminate and delete 150 babies without us saying it's necessary evil. But see, we have gotten to a point, right, where it's out of our hands. It's out of our hands because they got to keep that fent coming into America. Now, the downloads was heavy. And sometimes I like to challenge the downloads, just like I'm going to challenge you in the chat. So I'm saying, it's some biblical shit they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than rap, right? Nah. And then these receipts fall in my lap. And then you see the play being ran over and over and over again. And salute to you, homie. Exactly. Vietnam, the war in Nicaragua, Afghanistan, Iraq, the war in Desert Storm. All of these had hidden agendas for drugs. It was other things they wanted, so be that. But the main agenda was to keep America full with the purest dope, to keep Americans high to the motherfucking sky. I'm talking higher than the light bill, higher than the giraffe's ass. Motherfucker, I'm talking beaming up the sky. That's the #1 agenda. Because what you got to understand is when you look at this situation, and this is why the download was so heavy, and this is why I had to deliver the download, because I challenged it, right? And then I'm going back and forth. I talk to myself. I speak to the downloads. I speak to the Most High. I practice discernment. So the voice of God in me, I don't need no conduit. I don't need no middleman. I'm something like Nipsey Hussle. Fuck the middleman, right? And I'm saying to myself, like, nah. And it's saying, yeah, nah, you on that. Nah, this is it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, we gonna get some oil. We gonna kidnap a couple of presidents. We gonna make it juicy. We gonna make it look like we doing something. We gonna still use the word democracy. We still gonna use, terms like protecting Americans. But see, if they don't keep us high, if they don't keep us sedated, we really turn up. Because we already see through the smoke and mirrors, high or not. Yeah, the weed is legal. When I was coming up, the weed wasn't legal. You go to jail for selling weed. But the issue was, and the difference was, the weed that I was smoking when I was young was real weed. It was a plant. It was medicinal. This weed y'all smoking is not a plant. Look at the motherfucking bud next time you take it out the pack. Look at it. Look at how it's been manipulated. Look at how they drew out all this CBD and they put all this extra THC. Look how the weed that was medicinal, the weed that was good for you, has been replaced with poison, and now it's legal. I'm just saying though, if you really look at it, it's right in front of your face. Even with the weed, even with the dispensaries, even with the gumbo, even with the cookies, even with this powerful ass marijuana that they fixing up in these labs, and they shooting all these artificial goddamn food, superfoods and all of these things into this weed to make it You ever notice that every time you smoke it, you get real high for about 30 to 40 minutes, not even 40 minutes. You get high for 25 to 30 minutes, and then you ready to roll up another backwood. And then you smoking again. And you get high for another 25 to 30 minutes, and then you rolling up another backwood. When we was coming up, you could roll up a good blunt, 2 blunts of that lobster and shrimp, of that Acapulco Gold, of that Hydro, of that motherfucking sour diesel from New York City. And you could smoke those 2 blunts with you and like 6 of your homies, and y'all could pass them 2 blunts around, 4, 5 people, 2 blunts going in the cipher, and everybody high. Not only are we high, we giggling. We got the chinky eyes like this. When the last time you seen somebody with chinky eyes like this? Everybody that smoke weed, their eyes get red, but they don't get chinky no more. Respectfully. When the last time you seen a motherfucker look Vietnamese and all that? Yeah, when the last time you seen a motherfucker, when the last time you seen the motherfucker get Chinese off some of that good ass weed? Nobody get Chinese no more. Everybody eyes just get red like a vampire. Everybody eyes just red like vampires. When I zippy everybody, I see them smoking the weed, I be peeping them out. You know what I'm saying? They eyes get real red like a vampire. But it's never chinky, right? And then you see them, if you watch them, Zip might smoke 30 goddamn blunts and joints on the live stream in 2 hours. Salute to the homie Zippy. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving y'all an example y'all might be able to relate to. If you ever watch one of Zip with the Drip live streams, he's smoking back the motherfucking back. I mean, how much more weed? Is you high or not? Is you high or not? When I was coming up, so I'm trying to give you some game on what's really going on. We done already woke up anyway. But imagine back in the day when they was pushing that motherfucking pure goddamn poppy plant straight from Afghanistan, nigga, straight from Iraq. Imagine what happened when you get something with that fentanyl in it. I'm surprised they ain't already started lacing the weed with fentanyl. I'm surprised that they have not started lacing the weed, the wax, the vape pens, all of this shit y'all smoke, the grabber. I'm surprised they ain't just started like dibbling and dabbling, and you got a motherfucker, he to get deleted. He have an overdose. He having an overdose. It's a weed epidemic. People are overdosing off of cannabis. First time in American history, people are overdosing on cannabis. We have a recall on all cannabis. Everybody return your cannabis. It is a recall. Whole time they slipping fentanyl all in the motherfucking batches of you niggas smoking that shit. You can't tell the difference because the weed ain't even weed no more. We don't know what this shit is. It look like a plant. It look like a bud, but if you ain't doing like Wiz Khalifa or growing your own shit, salute the Khalifa Kush. If you ain't doing that Wiz Khalifa thing, you smoking something you smoking some alien shit, respectfully, right? My point of saying all that is, it's the same play being ran over. Yeah, we went over there. We gonna get some oil. We gonna go to war. We going to war for Israel. Israel got their own agenda. They trying to take over more land. They trying to get rid of more Palestine people. They doing what they do over there, and they got us in a cobra clutch because the majority of the people over here in America with any type of power, any type of money, or any type of influence is on them Epstein files. So they doing what they want to do, respectfully. They got America in the cobra clutch. But as everything's going on, we supposed to be high. I'm telling you, if they could figure out how to continuously keep us extra high, things will be going a little bit smoother for them. But the weed ain't the same weed no more, so that weed ain't sticking. A lot of people is quitting weed because, like I said, you smoke some motherfucking weed, you got to put wax in that shit. Yeah, I seen you in the chat. You got to put wax in it. You got to put all kind of goddamn moon rocks just to get a good high off of it. But if you ain't doing all that, You high for 20 minutes, you rolling another backwood. You high for now, you done got addicted to the chemicals in the weed, and you got addicted to the goddamn tobacco or the backwood. So now you turned the fuck out. You just full blown turned out. And you not even high. So everybody can see clearly because the weed ain't even making you high. The coke ain't really making you high like back in the day in the 80s and the early 90s. When they was whipping that shit up, nigga, the motherfuckers was getting high in Studio 11 and Studio 10, and they was macho man. The motherfucker was high as goddamn all outside off that good Porico. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker get a bump, 2 bumps. Everybody coke that they motherfucker peeled out. The pills, it's a certain type of motherfucker who do pills. Everybody ain't doing pills. And if you look at the niggas who doing pills, they doing all the shooting, they doing all the killing, they drilling. So it's way more people doing weed and smoking this legal garbage, right, than people doing perks. It's way more people. Everybody ain't doing no motherfucking pills. Yeah, it's a select few of you niggas out here, goddamn, like Rich Homie Quan and all that, risking your life on some goddamn pills, fake ass pills, nigga. Yeah, wake up in the morning, you dead. Like, I say all that to say this. This war is no different. And any war moving forward is no different, okay? We going in there for drugs. We making these moves to make sure that the urban community on American soil is high as a motherfucking light bill, high as gas prices, high as a giraffe ass, high than all outside. And then everything else come behind that. Niggas is paying for oil. We paying for gas regardless. It don't fucking matter. I don't even look at gas prices. Niggas in my DM, yo, GMB, you seen the gas prices? Bro, I don't look at gas prices. Yo, listen to me. I don't roll into the gas station and look up at that billboard. I just go in there and tell them, give me 45 on 12, nigga. Give me 35 on 2. Yeah, I'm coming in there today. Give me 25. I know it ain't gonna be much, but give me 25 on 5. I'm feeling good today. Go ahead and give me 55 on 11. I don't give a goddamn what gas. You gotta get gas. Oh, the gas prices are outrageous. Look at the price of a barrel of oil. Who the fuck cares? I need gas. I'm putting $25 in that motherfucker. It's not gonna go far, but it's gonna be something, and we gonna ride out. I come from an era, man, where you motherfucker go put $5 in the tank, man. I come from that era. You can't do that now, but you know what I'm saying. I put $15, $20 in the tank. Don't look at me. Mind your motherfucking business. Let me get 20 on 2. Mind your goddamn business when I'm doing this. Don't look over here. Yeah, give me goddamn 25 on 3. Mind your motherfucking business. So I don't look at gas. I don't look at the prices, but the one thing nobody is talking about is this this dope, this coke, all the drugs that's flooding the streets, all these Percocets. Where the fuck are these fake pills coming from now that you say that? Salute to you in the chat. Where all these fake pills come from, B? Where's all the material for niggas in America to be pressing up these fake pills and all that? Where you think they getting that shit from? Geechee Gotti, this motherfucker got caught robbing a pharmacy. Him and his homies. Yeah, Geechee Gotti, the battle rapper. These motherfuckers got caught robbing the goddamn pharmacy. They about to put in a lot of work for the slave master. Yeah, they gonna work you, Geechee. Geechee Gotti, they gonna work your battle rapping. I told you, go in there and become a Muslim. Assalamu alaikum or alaikum salam, nigga. Find religion when you at, but my point is, oh, niggas is doing Percocets. Fentanyl is around. Coke, dope, all that shit's still around, but niggas is doing pills. Well, they can't get enough pills over here. Okay, niggas is pressing up fake pills. Look at goddamn Rich Homie Quan. It ain't just the Mexican niggas in the China that's printing up these fake pills. You got niggas over here with pill pressers in the hood, getting certain materials and pressing up thousands of pills. They getting money, but a lot of people is strung out and a lot of people is dying. My point is, just like Vietnam, just like Iraq, just like Afghanistan, just like a war in Nicaragua, We can't look past George Bush. We can't look past Donald Trump opening the floodgates. We can't look past Joe Biden opening the floodgates. You know how many motherfucking pounds of pills, pounds of fentanyl came over them borders with those goddamn illegal immigrants? Everybody asking the question, why would they open the fucking border? Well, this is the only way we gonna get mass amounts of these drugs over into America. This is the smartest way we could think. We ain't got enough goddamn boats. Listen to me, we ain't got enough boats, nigga. We ain't got enough goddamn airplanes. We got to open up the borders and just let these people walk these bags over here. We gonna pick them up. We gonna pick them up when they get over here. Yeah. We gonna let millions of motherfuckers walk over here with millions and trillions of pills and fentanyl and dope and coke and all that. Respectfully, the American government is the biggest drug dealer in global history. Salute to you. But at 5 in the morning, I'm just saying that, let's not get hung up on Iran. Oh, the Iranian war. Oh, we're looking for a truce, peace talks, nuclear war. All of these different distractions to keep you stressed out, to keep you worrying, to keep you using this energy that they feed off of. The whole time, they flooding America with this fake ass weed, this fake ass dope, and these fake ass pills. And I'm gonna close with this, right? I was an avid weed smoker. I love marijuana when it was marijuana, when it was medicinal. It's a reason why the plant grows and produces CBD and THC. You want a higher level of THC because that's what gets you high, but you also need a balance with the CBD. So the weed we was getting was medicinal. That's why you slept so good when you smoked it. That's why you got the munchies when you smoked it. That's why you felt giggly when you smoked it. That's why you got chinky eyes. Oh, you ain't had chinky eyes since the 90s. Early 2000s, your ass ain't had chinky eyes. They done took all the CBD out the weed and they giving you 31% THC, 41%, 19%, 24%. I was smoking that goddamn Gary Payton. The last time I smoked weed, I was smoking Gary Payton. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm an old head, right? So I'm one of them ones that hit the weed and look at it when it's real. Hit that motherfucker. Damn. I was telling people they spraying dope on this motherfucker. I ain't no goddamn way the reefer growing out the ground that goddamn strong. Ain't no motherfucking way. So I couldn't smoke nothing but Gary Payton. Everything else tasted like Reggie Miller. Everything else tasted like tobacco. That's how strong Gary Payton weed is. That cookie shit. Man, listen, man. Listen to me. Man, hit that motherfucker. God damn. This motherfucker put dope on this motherfucker, right? You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm telling you, man. I get to looking at that motherfucker, man. What the fuck going on in there, man? Smoking this motherfucker, this shit dope, bitch. I thought sour diesel was powerful. I thought that purple haze was strong reefer. I thought that, dank that I used to smoke back in the day in Virginia. I thought that was some strong weed. This motherfucking Gary Payton, bitch, this motherfucker feel like dope. Take you to the top in 2 seconds. You hit that motherfucker. Your ass all the way and goddamn 30,000 feet up in the air. Your ass in the sky. But I always notice I'm running through a pack of backwoods. Easy money. I'm running through a pack of backwoods by myself in the night. Come home from work, roll up a backwood. Goddamn, get to chilling, doing what I'm doing. Goddamn, smoke the rest of it. Roll up another backwood. You feel me? Get to chilling, doing what I'm doing. It's about 8, 9 o'clock. I get to rolling up another backwood, so it be ready for me in the morning. But this backwood got a stem in it, so I got to throw that backwood out. I roll another backwood. I got one backwood left. And I got one rolled up with the weed in it. I done smoked a piece of that, put it in the garage. I smoked that. So the weed ain't even getting niggas high like it was back in the day because you need the CBD. They got y'all thinking that the CBD is bad. No, you need the medicinal part. So you need the drug part, the THC, and you need a natural balance from Mother Nature. You need Mother Nature to create a natural balance of THC and CBD. White man, you know how the dog fur feel about Mother Nature. They feel like they can control Mother Nature. They can duplicate Mother Nature. They can do it better. Oh, you want to get high? I got you. Oh, I got you. We're gonna take all the CBD. Listen to me. We're gonna make weed legal for you. You're not gonna have to worry anymore. You can go buy weed from the dispensary, and we're gonna take all the CBD out the weed. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be hot and all. Boy, you gonna be high like dope. You be smoking dope. Yeah. This reefer like dope, bitch. You call Gary Payton. Gary Payton, not Gary Payton. The shit was so strong, right? I don't call it Gary Payton. I call it Gary Payton. Gary Payton. That's what it is. Yeah. When I got done smoking and I quit, I was so proud of myself. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go back to smoking. I think that everybody need to start paying attention to the triple cross. What happens if a catastrophic event happens over here and now you ain't got no motherfucking weed because all the dispensaries done closed down. They done been cleaned out. What if a 9/11 happens and all of a sudden you can't get your hands on the purest dope or that motherfucking bullshit weed? You can't get your hands on it. I just think everybody needs to detox and start to detox a little bit. And it ain't just the weed, right? But it's the chemicals in the food. It's the bullshit McDonald's. It's all this motherfucking fluoride in the water. Like we need, fasting is key. Get your ass a laxative. When the last time you had a laxative? When the last time you took a laxative and just goddamn took a number 2 all day long, left and right, yeah, running to the bathroom, dropping goddamn number 2s in there? I'm just trying to, my bad. I'm going too far with this. Big salute to the chat. I'm gonna close with this, man. Big salute. See you in the chat. I'm gonna close with this, right? I got a lot of people in the DM right now questioning me about the situation with China Brim, right? And I don't know, right? That's a sticky situation, right? And I don't like it. And I heard some things. I'm not even gonna say what I heard, right? But I will say this. I seen a video where China put some numbers out there. Man, it ain't right. You know what I mean? I can't really agree with it. I got daughters, I got nieces, and I think China said he was 21 or 22, and she was like 17 or even 18. You know what I'm saying? It's nasty work, right? But I don't want to elaborate on that. What I will say is I'm not with none of that, right? But I wanted to speak about shame. When I think about the situation with China, what comes to my mind is shame. How we have come into a day and age where everybody's shameless, especially the women. You know what I'm saying? And the same way I talk about the weed is the same way I talk about everything else. I speak from it from a perspective of an old head, an old guy, right? Back in the day, I was born in the late 1900s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I like to say. I like to say I was born in the late 1900s, right? Sound like an old person, right? And I think we might be the last generation that had shame. So it was dudes that was, doing shit like that, that'll be at the high schools, you know what I'm saying? That was making moves and doing creepy shit, right? But it was shameful. It was a shameful thing. So they would sneak around at the parking lot and pick the girl up, or they would do this or they would do that. And the shame's on different levels. But, one thing for sure, two things for certain, it was shame involved. And I just think in China's situation, he feels shameful about it. It's something he did, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know China personally. I rock with him in the YouTube streets, and all that. But if I knew China personally as a man, what I would tell him is, bro, you made a mistake. Just stand on that. Just take accountability for it. And being as though you have a platform, you're gonna have to like jump out there. I would tell him that, and then I would just leave it alone, right? And whatever he do, right? But on a deeper level, shame, you know what I mean, need to be brought back into every aspect of American culture. Even the government has no shame anymore. See, all of these wars that I was talking about, one thing for sure, two things for certain. The government worked really hard in creating propaganda, creating a narrative that will make American people become patriotic and be willing to support war. Like Pearl Harbor, you know what I'm saying? They set that all up. They let that happen so that the American people could see us get bombed. And now it's time to go over there and they could say, yo, they bombed us. They worked really hard to make that narrative a reality. You know what I'm saying? 9/11. We watched two big ass buildings. Over 3,000 people lost their life on the day of 9/11, 2001, right? All so they could use that narrative to go into another country and take over. I'm just saying, we at a point in American history where the American government ain't even got shame. Let's put all the women, let's put the men, let's put the citizens aside. The American government is saying, we don't give a fuck what you think. We don't care if you want to go to war, if you don't want to go to war. We don't care we don't care how you feel about it. Nuck if you buck, homie. Jump out there. If you feeling like a frog, then leap. But regardless of what y'all think, this what we doing. This, we gonna go in there. We don't give a fuck. 150 babies killed in the school. We don't give a fuck. Like it or love it. It's no shame, bro. And, I started like posting back on Instagram. I guess I'm gonna try to get my Instagram page up. If y'all get an opportunity, go to Grown Man Business TV, grown_man_biz, BIZZ on Instagram, and just, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna start getting some motion. But for a long time, bro, I just got closed off the Instagram. There is no shame. Women half naked. This shit normal now. You know what I mean? Saucy Santana got a whole chin strap and a goddamn lace front, and he looking at me through the goddamn screen, and I'm just supposed to act like this shit normal, that you a big ass Tampa Bay linebacker. You built like a defensive end. Your ass is built like a middle linebacker, and you got a motherfucking lace front wig with a goddamn beard. I don't know, man. I just got off of social media. I haven't posted on Facebook, Instagram. I don't even go on Instagram. I was just at a wedding, right? And, I caught myself because I went live at the wedding. Salute to my homie Gnarly, right? And I took a bunch of pictures like I normally do when I'm on Instagram. I took some pictures, I took some reels, I took some pictures with my old lady. And normally when I was on Instagram, that's what I was doing it for. I would go up there, I start posting shit so everybody could see that I was at the wedding. Everybody could see how nice my tuxedo is. But I ain't been on Instagram in so long that I took all the pictures. And then when I got back to the crib, I was looking at the pictures and I was just saying, I ain't about to do nothing with none of these. I mean, I still got them. I did them for me, right? But I'm not posting none of this shit. I ain't posted on Instagram in damn near a year. I just posted a couple of hours ago. Go hit the like button and all that. My point of saying all that is, it's no shame anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people in my DMs, like, as far as the China Brim situation, and asking me, like, like, how did we get to this place as a community, as a country, right? And, drugs got a lot to do with it, and the higher ups and the elites and the reptilians and all that shit makes total sense, right? But shame is top 3 reasons we in the position we in. No shame. No shame. Yo, when I was growing up, you could be on a corner with 13 niggas, right? And, 5 out of them 13 got bodies. They killed somebody. They killers. And we could all be out there smoking weed. And Miss Rosa could come out the motherfucking apartments and we'll get, and even the killers is hiding the motherfucking weed. The killers is, oh, how you doing, Miss Rosa? Is everything all right? You want me to carry your bags? You need anything? You know what I'm saying? Everybody smell like weed. We hiding the motherfucking weed. Killers. We had shame, my G. We was shamed to be standing out there smelling like motherfucking sour diesel and hydro, nigga, with Miss Rosa coming out the building having to smell this dope we smoking. These young niggas don't give a fuck now. These motherfuckers will smack the shit out of Miss Rosa. Excuse my language, you two. They'll put a hand and feet on Miss Rosa. Miss Rosa ain't gonna ask no goddamn question no more. Miss Rosa gonna go straight from her apartment to her car. She trying to get out of there. One of these silly ass old block niggas beat them, put a hand and feet on Miss Rosa. Respectfully. No shame, bro. I seen an interview earlier where Aretha Franklin was talking about this. And it kind of resonated with me. And I think the downloads downloaded from that as well, because she was saying how, like, the queens. Let me say something real quick. Let me be honest, right? Let me be honest. Everything that the women are doing now was being done in my era. The women that hung out with your mama, they was popping pussy on the headstand. Man, shit, your mama probably popped some pussy on the headstand as well if she wasn't married to your pops. If she wasn't married to your pops, if you grew up with a single mother and you came home on a Sunday night and your mama had 3-4 packs of goddamn chicken breasts and chicken thighs and chicken legs all in the kitchen, and your mama was cooking no motherfucking chicken breasts on Sunday, whole house smelling like goddamn baked chicken, you ready to eat? 6 times out of 10, your mama pop pussy somewhere down in the, yeah, your mama was popping pussy, and Mr. William, and yeah, Mr. William gave your mama that money for them groceries. So I'm just saying, like, it ain't no thing that changed. The only thing that changed is the shame. A lot of the times you ain't know your mama was popping pussy. Your mama told you she had to go to work. Your mama told you she was going out. You stayed with your cousin at your cousin's house, or your cousin stayed with y'all at y'all house. And your mama and your auntie was out there popping pussy out there and they was working. They was getting, they had Mr. Willie. Mr. Willie was hitting them and goddamn, and Cliff, Mr. Clifford, he was hitting your auntie. And they came home with $300-400, and they bought a bunch of goddamn. You remember your mama coming home with them chicken thighs, nigga, big ass pack of chicken thighs. Oh, you don't know where the goddamn Fruit Loops came from, bitch. You look in the goddamn cabin, in the cupboard, you got Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You got a big ass gallon of milk in the refrigerator. You don't know what the fuck done happened. All you know is you gonna be eating good cereal in the morning when it's time to go to school. The only thing changed was shame, bro. Shame. Now you bitches is popping pussy out in the open. Shit. Yes, on Instagram. I tell you, Instagram, I'm glad I got off that shit. Instagram is a terrible platform. I'm on there now. I'm gonna post every now and then, try to get some traction, but the way y'all asses is naked on Instagram is a goddamn shame. I can't stand. I don't like to see all that ass, bitch. I'm different. You know what I'm saying, bitch? I get to thinking about, was you on your, bitches be on a period and everything. You ever worked at a club? I used to work at my uncle's club, right? It's 5 in the morning. I'm just hear me out, right? My uncle had a club in Virginia called D. Frazier's, and I had caught some gun charges in New York City, and when all that shit was said and done, my mom reached out to my uncle and was like, you need to, grab your nephew, give him a job. This nigga was on this, the woo woo. So my uncle pulled me in. I was working at my uncle's club at D. Frazier's, right? I was like washing dishes. I was like sweeping the floors and cleaning the bathrooms at night. He was trying to keep me out the money. You know what I'm saying? I was getting money. I was traveling. I was up in New York City, flooding them niggas with guns. I was doing all kind of shit, right? So for about a year or two, I was on probation. I was working for my uncle. Now, I could tell you all kind of stories about this club, but I want to be very direct. I want to get right to this point, right? When I say shameless. At the end of the night, when I used to clean up the bathrooms, you got the man bathroom, you got the woman's bathroom. The men bathroom was always clean. You might have found some blunt guts on the floor from the goddamn Dutch Masters or the Philly Blunts. You find a little weed packs on the floor from the sour diesel niggas was smoking all in the club and all that. You might find like some toilet paper that niggas probably, napkins and shit. I could go in there and sweep up the men's bathroom in 2 seconds. Yo, the women bathroom, they was taking shits in the bathroom. It was period pads in the bathroom. It was the most nastiest shit I ever. So now I'm saying to myself, I'm watching, cause I'm working at the club. I'm watching niggas dancing with these bitches. You know, nigga, back in, again, you youngsters don't remember this, but we used to like get behind a female and, we dancing, you know what I'm saying? She popping that ass on us, you know what I'm saying? We going. We wasn't doing the little Uzi Vert dances and all that y'all, we wasn't popping pussy and shaking hips, but that's another story, right? So I used to be watching the baddest bitches in the club dancing, and one of these bitches is on a period. 3 of these bitches done took a number 2 because all the bathrooms got shit in it. Every toilet is full of shit. I used to be like, what? I actually quit because of that. I quit. I got to the point where I told my uncle, I'm not cleaning the female bathrooms. I'm not touching that shit. I'm good. I go back to hustling, man. I go get some motherfucking guns. I do all kind of work. I'm not cleaning them nasty ass bath. But my point is to say is this, right? When I look at Instagram and I see butt naked bitch, that's what I think about. That bitch probably just took a shit before she took them pictures. Yeah, she all dressed up. That bitch probably in the middle of her menstrual cycle. This bitch probably got a full pad, goddamn full of blood on her. She taking these pictures with her ass out. You think she's sexy. This bitch is bleeding. She is bleeding profusely. Yeah. That's how I feel when I look at women. I'm like, yeah. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Bitch probably on her period. This bitch probably got cock on her breath. You looking at these clubs, you seeing all these pictures of people at the bar and these sections and all that. But if you ain't never had the privilege of going in the girls' bathroom at the end of the night, you ain't never had the privilege of going in the women's bathroom, is vomit in that motherfucker. Air toilet got shit in it. I used to be very surprised. I used to be like, these women got these little shorts on. They taking shits in here? She was diabolical, man. Shameless. These hoes done got to the point where they speaking out loud. They saying, bitch, we just want to get hit and we want you to go home for the night. They don't want to cuddle no more. They don't want to cuddle with you niggas. Shameless. The niggas is shameless. You niggas ain't said nothing to Saucy. You motherfucker got Saucy. I seen the motherfucker. I'm scrolling through Instagram. I see Saucy saying, this motherfucker, I ain't know he was doing it like that. I knew he was like a homosexual, but I ain't seen him in a long time. This nigga had a whole wig on, a lace front, tracks. He had long hair with a motherfucking beard. I almost threw up in my mouth when I seen that. And nigga just ain't nobody, I don't see nobody ain't said nothing. It's all good. Shameless. Shameless, B. Shameless. I might do a whole live stream on this, but I just wanted to speak to that. Like, we in a dangerous time because there is no shame. And we got to bring shame back. You really want to, like, as men, we got to start implementing shame on these bitches. We got to start implementing shame on these kids. We got to really stand up business. I'm going to close with this. I'm about to get up out of here. An hour power, right? I'm going to close with this. I got 2 daughters. I got a 21-year-old daughter, and I got a 16-year-old daughter. And I think I'm gonna do a live again, like just talking about the China shit, because nigga, I got a 16-year-old daughter. When she turned 17, if you was 21 and my 17-year-old daughter was pregnant, I'm not fighting you, nigga. We not having no physical altercation. I'm gonna catch you and I'm gonna blow your kneecaps out. I'm not gonna delete you, but your ass will be walking on a cane for the rest of your life, nigga. You will never walk straight again. I'm blowing both your kneecaps out, nigga. They probably gonna have to, they gonna have to amputate them motherfuckers. Ain't no way you gonna be walking around with your head up high and you 21, 22, and you got my 16, 17, or 18-year-old daughter pregnant, nigga. And I fought with China, but I gotta speak to that. You know what I'm saying? But my 16-year-old daughter is like she's like a track star. You know what I'm saying? She's very, her academics and shit. She's like killing it out there in Virginia in track. You know what I'm saying? And we be chopping it up. She be at the Nike events, the Adidas events. She's really, really big right now, in this track and field thing, right? But before she started excelling in sports, she was just like any other kid. You know what I'm saying? 12, 13 years old. She was doing things that young kids do. My oldest daughter, she never really got in no trouble that I know of, right? But my youngest daughter was more like me. She's more like rambunctious. She just don't be giving a fuck. I love her to death, you know what I'm saying, right? And she came down last summer and we raced. And I got her. I barely got her one time, but she smoked me. She smoked my boots. But anyway, right? When she was younger, she was doing typical kid shit. She was stealing, right? Her mama called me, yo, you need to tell your daughter got caught stealing. I'm like, what the fuck, you stealing? Like, she called me, multiple times she called me, this little girl, and got caught stealing, right? And I'm gonna just tell the story because it's shame, right? So I'm talking to her like, yo, what you want? Why you stealing, This ain't, I ain't really into beating my kids. I ain't never beat none of my daughters. I don't, I pulled a belt out on one of y'all, but as far as my daughters, I ain't never had to pull no belt out, right? So she come down for the summer. I got this whole plan. She don't know, but I got this whole plan. So I pick up from the airport. I got a pretty nice house. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice size house. You know what I mean? So when you dealing with a motherfucker, or you know your peoples or your uncles or whoever got a nice house, it's nice shit in the house, right? So I got jewelry. I got a Rolex. I got all kind of shit that just be laying around the house because if you in here, then I should be able to trust you, right? You ain't a stranger. You ain't gonna steal, right? So I get her in the car. I tell her, listen, you been stealing a lot, so that make you a thief. So I ain't mad at you. I ain't gonna beat you. I ain't gonna do nothing to you like that. But everywhere we go, I gotta tell these people that you steal, so they know how like to keep their purses close. They know to keep their wallets close. They know to keep their motherfucking jewelry close. Cause you be stealing this shit. You got caught stealing. She stole, man. She did some shit one time. Like she stole out the lady. She did some wild shit, right? So I told her that. She start crying. No, daddy. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta tell everybody? I'm saying, like, what you mean? Like, I mean, you stealing, right? That's your thing. So, if that's your thing, if that's how God made you, I ain't here to change you. But you got to stand on who you are around daddy. I don't know what you do with your mama, but when you around daddy, you got to be who you are. You got to be honest. You got to, if you a thief, you a thief. If you a homosexual, I don't condone that. But I'm going to tell people your ass is gay. You can't be no homosexual and think I'm just going to act like you ain't. Nah, hell no. Daddy going to tell on you. Yeah, daddy going to tell on you now. You do what you want with your mama. But you come around me, I'm going to. So I told her, when we get to the house, I got to tell everybody your ass been stealing. So we get to the house. I pull in the room, my oldest daughter, hey, look, Mimi been stealing, man. She a goddamn thief. Yeah, she done got caught 5, 6 times stealing out people. I don't know what this bitch is a thief. She motherfucker a thief. My oldest daughter looking at me like, what the hell going on? Like, she looking at me like, Dad, what you? They think I'm crazy because I'm old. I was born in the 80s. These youngsters think we crazy than the motherfucker, right? So she go in the room, woo, woo, woo. Everything cool. Couple of days go by, I got somewhere to go. I can't remember where we went, right? But we all going somewhere. I can't remember what event it was, but you got a lot of my people, they property owners. They got jewelry, they got nice, Chanel purses, and his wife might got the Chanel purse, and it's motherfucking money in these purses, and it's all shit. So we get in the car, we driving, and I tell her again, Mimi, we about to make this move. When we get there, I got to tell these people that, you steal, you a thief. I gotta tell them. So they know the whole day person. I don't know what you gonna do. I can't have you around these motherfucking people stealing. And then they think I can't find the money. You done hid the money in the bathroom. You done put the money all in the goddamn toilet paper roll. You done got slick and shit, hid the money. I can't afford it. So I gotta tell these people who you are. What she do? She start crying. Oh, daddy, why you gotta do that? Why would you? My oldest daughter like, Dad, like, why, like, come on, Pops, like, don't do that. That shit embarrassing. Well, what's embarrassing about it? You a motherfucking thief. Yeah, you shouldn't be embarrassed about who you are. If you a thief, look, I'm a motherfucking black man. I don't talk, I'm not a good Englishman. I don't try to be an Englishman. I'm gonna speak broken English sometime and I don't give a damn. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like motherfucking, I might say some wow, yo, that ain't how you pronounce that. Don't worry about it, nigga. I'm black, I'm melanated. I don't give a damn. This ain't my goddamn native tongue, nigga. I don't talk. How are you guys doing today on Grown Man Business TV? I would love to serenade you with these downloads. I don't talk like that. So I told my daughter, you got to be who you are, right? So we get to the party, right? She's sitting at the table. She nervous. She nervous than the motherfucker. I can see her, right? Talking to my people. I tell my man wife, I say, yo, look at Mimi and just shake your head. Go like this. Go like, look at her and just shake your head. She do it. I'm talking to my homie. I'm talking to him. I tell him do the same thing. I get like 4, 5, 6 people that just out of nowhere. They don't ask me no questions. They look at Mimi and just shake your head. Just, make eye contact with her. We talking about some random shit, right? We get in the car to leave. She crying her ass. Oh, Daddy, what would you do? Tell these people, I'm not going to steal, Daddy. I'm not going to do it. Well, I don't know what the fuck you going to do. Your track record, you done been caught stealing 6, 7, 8 times, right? So we get in the car. She telling me how she feel. I'm listening to her, right? After all is said and done, I let her know, like, listen, I didn't tell nobody. Yeah, they was looking at you, but it ain't because I didn't tell nobody. You my daughter. That shit would have been embarrassing to me, right? But you only get one chance with Daddy. Anything after this I'm gonna do. I don't give a fuck, right? You get one chance with me. You know what I'm saying? Are you a thief? No, Daddy, no, I'm not a thief. Well, why was you stealing? I don't know. I was stealing. You know what? All kids go through this. I went through this. I used to steal $2, $3 out my grandmama purse when she was asleep, and I'd go to school and buy cookies with it, chocolate milk and shit like that. Yeah. Goddamn, we used to steal $10 out your mama purse when you're young. Go buy a nickel bag of weed. We getting high than a motherfucker. We smoking this shit. We getting high. We done bought Philly blunts. Everybody do it. If that's who you is, you got to stand on that. If that's not who you is, then you need to go ahead and let that go. Because you can't come nowhere near me. I'm going to tell every goddamn body you're a thief. And guess what? Because of shame, man, we never had that problem again. She do not steal. She will not steal. She will call me, Daddy, can you send me, cash at me? I send her the money. Daddy, can you, Daddy, I send her the money. Even if I ain't got the motherfucking money. Even if I done put my money somewhere, my shit a little, I'll send it to her. It been times where I done took care of some bills or took care of this and, you know what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z, whoop, whoop, whoop. And she called me about some paper and she don't even know. I sent it to her. My point of saying all that is a shame it wasn't a belt that stopped her from stealing. She wasn't niggas wasn't, my mom used to ask me questions like, you want to be on punishment or you want to get ass whooping? I always chose the ass whooping, always. Because after I get this ass whooping, I'm going to wipe my face off. I'm going outside with my homies, man. I'm going to ride bikes. I shake this shit off. By the time I get back, I be done slept like a baby. I be done forgot all about this shit. The belt or shaming you. And I'm going to tell everybody, we could be in a restaurant. Excuse me, ma'am. If you don't mind, could you just grab your purse? I'm just saying because my youngest daughter right here, she's a klepto. I don't know where she got this from, but she like to steal. And I just would hate for her to get a hold of your wallet or get a hold of your purse, whatever's in it. Could you just tuck your purse in? I say that shit to a random person. Have your ass looking crazy in the motherfucker. We in Chipotle, your ass looking crazy than the motherfucker. We a motherfucker, IHOP, your ass uncomfortable than a bitch because I done told everybody your ass a thief. Yeah. My point is, right? Shame. We get to shaming these young niggas for doing the little, listen. We get to shaming these young boys, right? We get to shaming these young niggas for doing the Lil Uzi Vert hip hop, popping pussy. They'll stop doing the Lil Uzi Vert dance. We get to shaming these shooters for hitting innocent people. We get to violating these shooters. We get to really, really standing on business. Because, you know, for some people, yeah, I see you in the chat. For some people, you know, shame ain't enough. You got to put hand and feet on you. You got to put belt to your ass. For the ones that need belt to your ass, then we going to get grown men to put belt to your ass. But it's real easy to get this shit under control. We just don't have no shame. We don't care how people look at our community anymore. We don't care about being judged. We don't care about none of that shit no more. It is what it is. And it's positives, but it's a lot of negatives, and it's a lot of negatives that come with that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with not caring what people think, but subconsciously that's a lie. Everybody cares what somebody thinks. I don't care how gangster you think you are. I don't care, you know, how much of a, you know, independent you believe you are. Everybody cares what somebody thinks. It's just an innate, you know, quality that we are all born with. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Shame, my G. Oh, you should have seen her face when I told her I was gonna tell them people she was a thief. Oh my God, Jesus. You would have, man, it ain't a belt on the face of the planet that could have got that reaction, brother. For me personally, I swear to God, man, now she's like she gonna go to college somewhere running track. She like goddamn, she like Shakara, the track star chick, Shakara Richardson or whatever. She like hella fast. A ass whooping might have made her feel violated in a way that could have like pushed her in a position where China Brim baby mama was at. 17, now you looking for comfort in some older nigga who gonna put dick in you, had your ass pregnant, cause I done beat you, I done physically violated you. See, I don't know, especially for women. My son, I'm gonna put belt to his ass once or twice. But like my girls, I never did that. I never touched either one of them. And they both turned out amazing. Amazing. Yeah. I said, listen, I gotta tell these people you're a thief, baby. You know, I'm gonna tell them, cause I just need to make sure you ain't gonna steal their purses. Is nice. You might go in the purse, there's some money in there. You know, you see $1,000, you think you rich. You done put my goddamn reputation at risk. You done violated you done assassinated my character stealing. I gotta tell these people you're a thief, baby. I'm gonna tell them, y'all know. And my daughters, I'm old. I'm from the 80s and the 90s, right? So they know I'm a little kooky, right? At the end of the summer, I told Mimi, I said, listen, if your mom call me one more time and tell me you've been stealing, I'm going to come to Virginia. And listen, you know I'm not the George Jefferson dad. I ain't got the George Jefferson edge up. I don't got the beard belly. I ain't that. I'm going to get a nice haircut. I'm going to walk in your class. Your teacher going, oh my God, that's your father? Yeah, your teacher got an Instagram. Yeah, your teacher got an Instagram. Your grandmama got it. Yeah, this is a new day and age. I'm walking your fucking class. Your teacher going to get smitten. Oh my God, that's your father, Mimi? Oh, I didn't know. He. All right? And I'm going to tell the whole homeroom class that you a motherfucking thief. I'm going to tell everybody, excuse me, little ma'am, can you put your purse away? Because Mimi is steal from you. What's your name? Miss Alicia, how you doing? That's a nice purse. If you could tuck that away when Mimi's around, but I don't want her to steal from you. I don't want to get no call. I'm going to tell the whole school your ass a thief. I'm going to pop up and they know I'm crazy like that. I'm not like, no, I'm like an old dad. I just look like this, right? So they know I'm kooky. I don't give a fuck what's cool. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Yeah, y'all want to be cool. I'm going to tell the people your ass a thief. And I'm going to tell the whole homeroom class. I'm going to tell the teachers. And I'm going to come to every class you got throughout the day. When your ass go to science and biology, I'm going to walk in there. Excuse me, class. How you guys doing? Oh, how you doing, baby? Yeah, I'm Mimi. Yeah. Oh, Mimi, that's your father, Mimi? Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell the bitch, simmer down, baby. Relax. We in a school setting right now. Don't do that. Listen, when Mimi is around, I need you to tuck your purse away. I need you all you young ladies and to all you young men out there, Mimi's a thief. And your little lunch money, don't leave it on the desk. Don't leave your lunch money on the desk. Don't leave your little pocket change around because my daughter gonna steal. And then I go in there, social studies, algebra 2, homeroom, biology and science, your first elective, yeah. Your second elective, yeah, yeah. Go on your second elective where you're speaking French. Wee CC, she's a thief. Yeah, wee CC, Mimi's a thief. And I just want y'all to understand to put your money away because wee. Go in and spend. You got Spanish. Oh, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, hasta cinco, siete. She is a thief. Thiefiete. Siete. Mucho dinero. See. And I told her all this, and she know how I do it. She know how I do it. Yeah, walk in your home ec class. We gonna bake some motherfucking brownies. And as we baking cakes and we baking brownies, I'm gonna tell everybody in here that you steal. You a motherfucking thief. Oh, don't trust nothing. Take your money and put it in your goddamn sweatpants. Tuck your money in your bra like your mama did. You remember how your mama used to tuck that money in her titty? Y'all need to put it in your sports bra when Mimi's around. And let me tell you something. Oh, I never heard a peep. I haven't heard a motherfucking peep of stealing. Oh, she won't touch a penny. Yeah, drop a quarter. She gonna bust that motherfucking gig right there. Oh, excuse me, sir, you dropped a quarter. I don't want it. Please, I didn't take it. Righteous. She's a righteous young lady. And guess what? She has shame. At 17, she not gonna lay down with a nigga that's 22 years old. You know why? Because if I find out, she gonna be ashamed of herself. She ain't gonna get pregnant at 16 and have a baby at 17. You know why? Because if daddy find out, that nigga gonna look at me like a hoe. She gonna be so ashamed of herself to be 17 with a goddamn baby because I ain't no grandfather. Oh, no, baby. You have a goddamn baby. I'm not, listen, don't call me. I'm not no grandfather. When I feel comfortable in claiming your baby, that's when I'll be a grandfather. But you're not just about to walk me into, no, that ain't how it work. Yeah, I'm not, this ain't back in the 90s. You can't, you have a baby, a nigga fucking you, he need to pay for your health insurance. He need to pay for your phone bill. He need to pay, don't call me about no cash app. You need to call your man who fucking you. You a grown woman now. Yeah, you don't get to, no, hell no. You have a baby, shit. Motherfuckers in Virginia be calling me, yo, man, you know you a I'm not no goddamn grandfather. Who a grandfather? And nah, hell nah, bitch. It don't work like that no more. She'll be ashamed to be having you putting dick in her, knowing goddamn well when her mama tell me or when we find out. My oldest daughter was the same way. Virgins well until whenever, you know what I'm saying? My older shit. Cause if you letting a nigga climb on top of you and he shoving dick in you, you got it. Shit. Yeah, that relieves me of the responsibility. Yeah. I get to finding out you got a motherfucking nigga on top shoving cock in your young ass and you living under my goddamn roof. You under my insurance. No. Yeah. He got, nah, I'm paying you on my phone. You paying your phone. Nah, hell no. If I smell a nigga, I'm one of those type of old heads. I'm like a lion, nigga. I'm like a full-blown lion in the Sahara. The goddamn desert, nigga. Yeah, if I smell goddamn testosterone on you, come here. Sit your ass down. Let me holler at you. Yeah, my babies know that. Sit your motherfucking ass down. Let's have a conversation. Don't lie to me. Please, I already know. I can smell another nigga a mile away. You got a nigga on, man, bitch, you better come here smelling like pheromones. and perfume and all that. I get the smelling baccarat on you and, you know, tobacco and vanilla on you. Motherfucking hair out of place. Oh, shit, your hair out of place. Oh. Shame. Instill shame in your kids. Remind them that it's shameful to be out here cursing on Call of Duty. I don't give a damn if you got the hair. You 13 years old. That's shameful. Don't let me find out you on Call of Duty talking about fuck ass nigga, bitch ass nigga. I'll beat your motherfucking ass, little nigga. Hey, I'm gonna put belt on your ass. That's adult activity. You don't say no cuss word. If I ever find out you on goddamn Call of Duty and Black Ops talking about fuck ass nigga, well, what? Shame. All right, big salute to the chat, man. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? I couldn't sleep for a reason, right? You know, man, I'm gonna tell you, I did something earlier today. And man, I can't go to sleep. I've been on the toilet all goddamn day long, man. I ain't gonna do this no more. Oh. Motherfucker said, take Maxicillin, drink the whole bottle. I drank the whole goddamn. I shouldn't. Listen. I've been fucked up. Oh, I've been drinking goddamn lemon water. I'm fucked up. I'm drained. I'm talking about. I don't need to use the bathroom no more. I don't use the bathroom so many times. I don't even know where they put. I don't know where this shit coming from. I don't need to use the bathroom. Oh man, shit. I drank the whole bottle. I probably should have drunk like a couple of teaspoons of this shit. Whatever. I was drink this Maxicillin and Clyrate. It's Clyrate, Maxicillin and Clyrate. Shit. I'm scared to go to look. This shit's so strong. I'm scared to go to sleep. Shit, I'm not going to sleep. No, I'm gonna go get me a coffee in a couple hours. I'm not going to sleep, man. I can't. Nah. I drank the whole bottle. Shh. Never again. It might be 10 years before I take a dose of this shit again. I don't know. I was feeling bloated, you know what I mean? Always take half a dose and drink water. You know why I fucked up at? I wasn't drinking enough water. Because now that I'm like hydrating myself, man, let me tell you something, right? I laid down for like 2 seconds. I nodded out. I woke up and I had the shivers, yo. Like I felt like, the last time I felt like this when I had COVID. When I had COVID, I had like the shivers. I was like shivering, bro. And I was like, man, something wrong. And then I done got to Googling this shit. It say take, it said take a certain amount of dose. The damn bottle was 10, it was like 10 ounces of 10, it was 10 something, right? I drank the whole goddamn bottle and I barely drunk no water. Shit had me parched like I'm talking about. So now, cause I did some research on it. So now this shit pulling the water that ain't there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really, I'm dehydrated. It's pulling, I was so cold. I got some electrolytes packs and some lemon juice. I put in a big thing of water. I drunk it. Then I drunk. So if you notice when we was watching that first receipt, I put the phone down because the water running through me. My body is pulling this water so strong. I had to use the bathroom. I put the phone down so y'all could watch it. Y'all could watch the receipt. I had to use the bathroom, right? Man, listen. The motherfucker said you gonna be using the bathroom for about 3 hours. I'm like, all right. I must have took this shit around 1 p.m. earlier today. And I'm talking about, man, listen, man. Shit, whatever in there is not in there no more. Better believe that. Smooth Move tea works for daily use. Smooth Move tea. Let me look that up. I might look into that. Cause this shit was like a executive play. It was like, I'm gonna do this. But it was like dangerous. I was like, I know this shit's strong. It's like a laxative. So I know this shit's strong, but that's what I was kind of gonna start looking into. What is something I could use daily that's going like Cause I was just feeling bloated. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I be, my physique is, my shit is right. But I was like, if I eat something real small, I feel bloated. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, I could eat like something real small, and I just feel as if. So I was like, yeah, I need to like flush. Need to flush, but while I didn't drink enough water. Jesus Christ, it won't happen again. You better believe that. Smooth move. I figure I put that out there if y'all was wondering what I'm doing up at 6 in the motherfucking morning. Yeah, man, this ain't normal. I needed the guy. Yeah. That's what I took. Magnesium. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, I need to deliver these downloads I would have delivered these downloads tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about? If I was in a bed and these downloads came to me, I would have rubbed my feet together and said, I'm gonna get with my people tomorrow. I don't give a goddamn. I'm not going live at no 4:30 in the goddamn. Well, you know what? I gotta do something, cause I gotta do something, cause this shit whooping my ass. Whooping my ass. Oh, beat me, hurt me. It hurt me. Yes, it did. Magnesium chlorate. Whoa, boy, shit, I drank the whole goddamn little bottle. It was good. Tastes like strawberry. No, I had grape. Tastes like clear. It's clear, but it tastes like strong grapes. I drunk some of it. I said, well, damn, this shit all right. I'm gonna drink half the bottle. I start feeling a little something, but it won't hitting like I want. I wanted that shit to hit. So I went ahead and finished the bottle. And then when I did my research on it, nah, nigga, you ain't supposed to. If you is gonna clear that bottle, you need to be drinking like a couple gallons of water, for real. I wasn't drinking no OG. What it do? I see you in the chat. I wasn't drinking no water. Shit was whooping my ass. I feel like I'm all right right now, but I know for a fact when I get off here, I go back upstairs. I'm probably going, like, man, listen, I don't know where this shit coming from. Shit, this shit pulling my The motherfucker pulling that shit from my goddamn chest, my nigga. This shit on the top of the intestine, bro. If you shit up here, it must be like a top in your intestines. They pull it. I said, I ain't know it was that much in there. I thought I would be done hours ago. I thought I was gonna be all right by like 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Shh. Hell nah. Tear my ass off. I don't know. I'm an old man. I try to. You can rehydrate yourself with electrolytes and eat food and watermelon, cucumbers. However, your bowel movement should return to normal in a few days. Whew, yeah. I'm gonna tell you get the thing about going to the hospital. Man, I might have to go to the fucking hospital because I don't know this shit. I shouldn't have took this shit. I start regretting I should have took this shit. God damn, I was having a good day. Something told me to do it and I did it. And I was like, I shouldn't have did it. But I'm glad I did though. Like I said, man, you gotta flush yourself out. We eating all this shit. We drinking all this shit. Even if you eating healthy, even if you fasting, bro, they got America in the Cobra clutch. That is no way. That shit say it's organic. That's cool. How organic is it? You know what I'm saying? Everything. Like you just drinking water out. What kind of water you drinking? Is it the electrified water? Because if it's like water out the bottle, if it's water, like, you gotta flush this shit about you and do it. And I felt it. Something today was like, do that shit. You ain't got nothing going on. You got physical therapy. I came home from physical therapy. It was yesterday. I came home from physical therapy. And I don't really eat breakfast. You know what I'm saying? I had like a little coffee. And I was just like, man, I feel bloated. Like, I need to, yeah. Let me go ahead and so I started doing a little research. I seen this shit right here. Magnesium citrate, chlorate, whatever. I read it. I said, okay, this sound about right. Bruh. Everything gonna come out and everything's just gonna be liquid. It's just gonna be straight liquid. It's good. It's gonna be down. Gonna be down the motherfucking liquids, nigga. Water. Shit, just a motherfucking bath. Just goddamn, yeah. There ain't nothing left. I said to myself, ain't nothing left, man. No, ain't nothing left, man. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing but love for you, baby. What you got? I ain't got nothing but love for you, baby. It's whatever. I got nothing but love. I ain't got nothing to give you, bitch. I ain't got nothing. No, I ain't got nothing. Yeah, well, yeah, yes, you do. You got something else to guess? You do. Go on back in that bathroom, handle your business. Big Richmond, VA. What it do? Yeah, the last part of your name, I don't want it's yeah, somebody I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, Big Richmond VA, 804. Salute to Richmond. I don't know why you got that on the back of your name like that. You mind to explain what that means? I'm sure it means something. I ain't disrespecting you or nothing. I'm just saying. I don't like pills, bro. I seen those. I seen those joints, you know what I'm saying? And I'd rather drink like a tea or something. I don't like pills. Like I was saying earlier. It's a selective few, nigga. When I was growing up, that's when like ecstasy first came out. And I remember because that shit was whatever that ecstasy was the real ecstasy. Like Ja Rule and them niggas was using that ecstasy. In Norfolk, Virginia, niggas was going to DC, Northeast, and niggas was getting bags of them Blue Dolphins and bringing them shits back to VA. You know what I'm saying? Like my homies made a lot of money off them ecstasy pills, right? I never did ecstasy. Everybody in Virginia was doing ecstasy. Every bitch, every nigga, everybody was popping these pills. And I could honestly say I never popped one ecstasy pill, not motherfucking one. Never did coke, never did no drugs but smoke weed. That's it. I say all that to say I saw the magnesium pills. Yeah, the whole I dealt with a lot of females that had them. You know, I had to connect. My homies was selling them. So a female be like, "Yo, you do ecstasy, right? You fuck with the Blue Dolphins, right?" Now I just be like, "Nah," but I know some way I could call, make a phone call, and get you some, please. And I used to make a phone call. Bitches, all the bitches. It was for a couple of years. Like, you know, 9 times out of 10, the bitch you fucking with wanted to get that ecstasy, and then she wanted to rock out. She wants some ecstasy in her system. I just say all that to say I seen the magnesium pills. I ain't popping no motherfucking pills. You know, bro, I got muscle relaxers in here. I got some shit they prescribed me for the little situation. I ain't took none of them shits. I ain't popping no motherfucking pill. Yeah, I got muscle relaxers. I'll tell y'all about that when the ink is on the table. I mean, when the ink is dry, I don't want to talk about that situation right now until the ink dry. Once we settle, whatever the bag gonna be and the ink dry, we'll talk about that. It's gonna be a hell of a story, trust me. Got nothing but love for you, babe. What up? I got nothing but love for you, babe. What you got? I got nothing. I got nothing but love for you, babe. What up? I got nothing but love for you, babe. Yeah, what up? I got nothing but love for you, babe. Yeah, what up? I got nothing but love for you, babe. Figured I'd tell y'all that in case y'all was wondering why I was even up. I ain't gonna bullshit you, man. I was scared to go to sleep, man. I ain't gonna bullshit you. I'm an old man. I can't go to sleep like that. I'm an old guy. Whew, big salute to the chat. I'm tired now. I ain't gonna bullshit. Jesus Christ. Close out with y'all, man. Big salute to the chat. Yeah, man, that shit drained me. I'm talking about. So imagine like I was dehydrated. I was I said something. You feel it. I was like something ain't right, bro. So I came downstairs. I ate some chicken noodle soup, and I drunk some sweet tea because I was saying to myself like I feel like my goddamn I don't know I need some sugar. So I drank some sweet tea, but then after I drank the sweet tea, I was like, no, I need some water. I did my research. It was like I need some water. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, we gonna talk, man. A lot of shit happened in the last month, man. There's a lot of shit going on right now that lawyers is involved in. Things is happening. I can't really talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't like to speak on nothing until the ink is dry. Learned that a long time ago. Nah, I'm not. I'm not off. I'm always on. Ooh, always on. Always on. Whoever that is asking that question. Yeah, I'm always on, boy. It ain't it ain't a such thing as being off. Ain't no such thing as being off. Always on. I come from a generation where you can't be off. Ever. As a man, they don't expect you to be off. Your ass need to work and die. Work till you die. Start a business. I don't give a fuck. You only worth as much as you can provide. Salute to Chris Rock for putting that out there. Find the right lady, then But at the end of the day, you only worth what you say. I don't give a fuck who it is. It could be your wife. It could be a down ass bitch. Your ass go a year without working. Your ass ain't making enough money. It's gonna be a goddamn problem. So am I off? Nah. Always on, boss. Always. I don't have that luxury. Niggas don't have that luxury. Yeah. Real men know what that mean. Real men know. Ain't no motherfucking such thing. We said, are you off? What that mean? Am I off? That shit made me think it's a motherfucking imposter in the chat. Motherfucker ask you a question like that, right? Motherfucker ask you a question like that, you think that's like a fake page of your wife or your baby mama in the chat trying to figure out what you got going on. You off? Are you off today? Like, who the fuck? Hell no. I don't know who your ass is, but that's like, hey, I don't know who your ass is, right? But you don't ask a grown ass man, is he off? Don't ever, listen, let me give you some game. Let me help you out. Don't never ask a grown man, is he off? That's like asking that's like asking a drug dealer in broad day, do he got the dope on him? We think you the police now. You pop out in broad day and ask a dope dealer, do you got the dope on you or is the dope in the car? Where is the dope? I don't sell dope. Yeah, you got the wrong person. Oh, no, GMB, no, I I don't I don't sell dope. I make sure I speaking to the motherfucking mic. You got a mic on you? Let me see what you got up on. You got a mic on? And Moya, type real nice in the chat, real slight, real nonchalant. Are you off? Let me see something real quick. Let me see something. No, they didn't say R. Motherfucker just said, you off? Yeah, 2 words they put right there. It's right here. Look. Miss Allison. Miss Allison. I don't know Miss Allison. Yeah, Miss Allison, I don't know. I wish you had a profile picture, ma'am. You can fake those too. That sounds like something my baby mama would try to ask me. Are you off? Don't ever ask a grown man how he feels about anything, because we don't operate on feelings. Always ask a grown man what's his thought process. What do he think about the situation? Don't ask a grown man how he feel about nothing. And goddamn, listen, don't ever ask a grown man if the nigga don't tell you he off. Don't ask no motherfucking question like that. You off. That ain't none of your goddamn business. I told you, listen to me. It's 4 or 5 in the morning. It's 6 in the morning. I'm just delusional. Now listen, I told your motherfucking ass. If I was off, I still get up and put my work boots on and go to work. You gon' don't ask if I don't tell you I'm off. Don't ask me. I get up. I be done lost my whole motherfucking job. I still get up and put work boots on and drive and get in the car and leave this motherfucker. Like you wouldn't even you gonna wake up, make my all that. Like, I'm gonna have lunch and everything. Yeah, you done made my lunch. You done kiss me goodbye to go to work. Shh. Don't ask me if I'm off. I'm gonna get in. You ain't what the fuck. If I don't tell you, look, baby, I'm off. This what happened, and I'm off. You asking me in my off, say that's a red flag. Why you trying to fucking see where I'm at? Why you trying to dictate and trying to calculate my movements? What you doing? Ask me no motherfucking question like that, bitch. I'm sorry, Miss Allison. You got a name like an old woman. I ain't trying to disrespect you. I'm just playing with you. I feel shame to talk to a person named Miss Allison, like that. I was just playing. This all comic. This all comedian energy. But yeah, just don't ask me if I'm off or not. Make sure you don't do that. And don't ever ask a grown man how he feel about nothing. We don't feel. We don't move. We not gonna make no decisions off of feeling. We feel. We have feelings. But to ask me how I feel about the situation, that's already you already approaching me like on some feminine shit. I'm a masculine. So you ask me what I think about it. And I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you logically what I think about the situation. I think you need to pull in so I can fill your tire up because your tire all the way down to 12 psi. It's gonna blow out if you get on the interstate. I think we need to pull into this motherfucking Wawa so I can get you some free air. That's what I think we need to do. That's what I believe we need to do right now. Don't ask me how I feel about that. I really feel like you should have been checking your goddamn tires. If you really want to ask me how I feel about it. Why I got to follow your motherfucking ass to the goddamn Wawa to put air in your tire? You a grunt. See, that's how I feel about it. So don't ever ask a grown man how he feel. We don't do that. Just ask us what we think, and we're gonna tell you, I believe that, I believe that you need to goddamn get off Instagram. You need to put some motherfucking clothes on. Yeah, that's what I think. I think that, nah, I don't think that's gonna work. Your teeth, your cleavage is out, and you got your bust out, and you got your ass out. No, no, no. I don't think that's gonna work. How do I feel about it? Well, I feel like yeah, I feel like you goddamn out of pocket. Why was you trying to go outside with your ass out? I feel like you're sneaking. You're doing something. I'm just goddamn playing around with y'all, man. Bitch, salute to the chat. Yeah, man. I'm just talking shit now. But I feel a lot better now. I think I'm gonna lay down and just bullshit for a couple of hours. It's 6 in the morning. So I might get up and get a coffee in a couple of hours when the sun come up. Or maybe I'll just feel a lot better and I'll feel comfortable enough to go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep sometime today regardless. But I just didn't feel I was like, I can't even lay. I'm not gonna get in my bed. I can't even control this shit. I'm gonna have to stay close to it. I can't, nah, hell no. This shit done got out of pocket. I need to drink some water, bitch, cause I ain't got nothing else for you, man. Shit. Magnesium, chlorate, bitch. Yeah, I'm finished. I thought we were gonna be finished a long time ago, magnesium. Why you doing me like this? Why you what's going on, man? I mean, listen, man, I ain't Rick Ross. I ain't got no big ass belly full of, I got a little, I got a 6-pack, man. I just was trying to clean out a little bit, just flush a little bit, man. You took a motherfucker down through there. You trying to take a nigga down. Nah, nigga, shit. I about to go to the goddamn hospital. Yeah, big salute. Rise and shine, early morning conversations. But trust me, if I didn't take that magnesium, shit, I'd be in that big ass bed drooling and dreaming and oh, lucid dreams. I have all kind of lucid dreams. That's why I'm glad I don't smoke weed no more. Let me tell you something. I'll get back to that weed, right? When I was young, I used to smoke weed and I would like sleep like a baby and I would have like very detailed dreams, right? This new weed, I started realizing like I was not having no dreams, bro. I would smoke that Gerd Payton. I smoke that Gerd Payton, right? And then when I get ready to go to sleep, I didn't dream for like a year, yo. It would just be black. I just remember like going to sleep and waking up, but it would never be like I wasn't dreaming about nothing. And then it got to the point where I realized it, like, yo, I can't remember when the fuck I ain't dreaming. This weed something different, bro. This shit ain't even weed. Shit is a poison. Shit is a drug, bro. But like I said, I get the download. So I realized at one point, like, man, I can't. Yo, if I go to sleep right now, I will have a lucid dream. Every night I dream about wild shit. Like just the wildest shit, bro. So I'm telling you, like when I stop smoking, I will be for like about a couple of months. I ain't gonna say I was scared to go to sleep, but I knew like I didn't have no control over my dreams because I hadn't dreamed in so long. 'Cause I was smoking so much weed, I hadn't dreamed in over a year. So like I would have these dreams and I couldn't wake up from them. You know what I'm saying? Or I couldn't like realize that they was a dream and then get out the dream. Like now I could just like if the shit get if I start having like like real outlandish dreams, like wild shit, it's either too hot, I need to cut the AC on, or I'm late. Word. That's some deep shit, right? Like if I'm in a dream and I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on in here? Either I forgot to cut the AC on and I done got warm, right? Because anytime I'm hot, I have like crazy dreams. They could turn to bad dreams. If I'm overheated or if I'm hot and I go to sleep, the dream will start out nice and neat, and that shit will turn to something else. You know what I'm saying? And I have to wake up, right? Or I'm late for something. If I'm late for something, bro, the dream would get so outlandish. I'd be like, man, what the fuck? And I'll wake up. You know what I mean? And then they'd be like, oh shit, or I'm about to be late. And I had to get up and move around. But yeah, ever since I stopped smoking weed, I ain't smoked weed in years now. I ain't smoked weed in like 4 years. It's been like 3, 4 years now since I smoked any weed. Man, I have like the illest dreams, bro. And I could control them shits. Like I could like see what's going on. Sometimes I could really remember them. Sometimes they be vivid when I'm there, but when I get out, they be like a little bit cloudy and I try to remember them. But a lot of the times I can remember the dream. You know what I'm saying? I just wish the weed was like it used to be. I probably have smoked, you know what I'm saying? If the weed was like real, like we used to get pounds, bro, that shit was a plant. It was a real plant. You could tell, like when you get a pound of weed, it'll be buds too. It could be budded up. You bust that bud open, nigga, you could tell like this shit came from goddamn Guatemala, nigga. This shit came from Mexico. This shit came from somewhere over there, you know what I'm saying? The Acapulco, you know what I mean? You could tell, but then they start doing like the hydro and shit. But you could still tell that the weed was a plant that they now have introduced hydroponics to, if that makes sense. Like the dank, you could tell it was a plant, but they did some hydroponic shit to it to make it dank. You know what I mean? Like it'd be like a wet, like sometimes I used to get like pounds of weed, it'd be like wet. The dank would be wet. I used to hate it when I got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like wet, so you couldn't smoke. It's like smoking wet leaves or something. It's like smoking a wet plant. It don't burn because it was a plant. But then I would get like pounds of dry kush. I mean dry dank. Yo, dry dank. Ooh. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. That shit was like hella dry. It'd be sparkling with THC all over. It was like sparkling with THC crystals. You understand? That shit was like lime green with like THC shit all over it. Yeah, the weed now don't make your eyes chinky. You can't dream off this shit. it's not even. It's so weird, bro. It's like I love smoking weed. So sometimes I think about like smoking weed, but then I think about what I'm about to get back into. I'd be like, nah, nah. Yeah, I'm good. Salute, JP. What it do? That real sour diesel, boy. You had to be there for that. You young niggas don't even know what that, boy. You niggas don't even know what kind of run niggas had in Virginia. Nigga, I had a ill run off that sour diesel, nigga. That shit, that sour diesel is when I first started being able to sell grams for $20. A gram for $20. Not even a gram. That should be like a .8. I was selling .8s for $20. Not even a gram. Shit was like .8. Little bag with a .8 in that shit for a dub. You could roll a nice little blunt out of it. And that shit was some fire. New York City sour diesel. That was some New York shit. I was getting it from Newport News. I used to have to drive from Norfolk through the tunnel to Newport News. I had to connect out there. And that nigga was from New York. And he used to have that official New York sour diesel. And I used to bring that shit back to Norfolk, nigga. 2-3 pounds of that shit. I used to, yo, I would take a whole pound at a time and bust that shit down to $20 bags. Every fucking piece of it, all 16 ounces, I would bust them shits down to $20 .8s. And I was killing they ass. Yeah. And the bitch was flying off the shelf, you feel me? Yeah. I couldn't hold the motherfuckers. Listen, I couldn't even hold that shit. Nigga knew I had that sour diesel. Nigga, you got sour diesel. And it hit like sour diesel. When you smoke it, you knew it was sour diesel. Man, they were... It wasn't even no... Listen. This is where they fucked y'all up. It wasn't even no such thing as eighths. When I was growing up, niggas wasn't selling eighths. There wasn't even no such thing as a 3.5, nigga. Where the fuck you get that from? Yeah, niggas wasn't selling. I never bagged up an eighth. Nigga, them shits was like grams. Everything, you just had to buy it in a gram. And whoever, and all my clientele knew, like, you just buy it, it's gonna be grammed up. You already know it's gonna be exactly what you asked. It ain't gonna be a bag with 3.5 of this, that, and the third, and you got to break it up. Nah, this bag got .8. And then I started, when I got my paper real good, I started giving niggas grams. I started giving niggas grams for 20. Sometimes, depending on who it was, it'd be 25. And I was smoking them niggas. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. They call me E in Norfolk. E with the waves. You know what I'm saying? Lil E, you talking about Lil E with the waves? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what they call me in VA, Lil E. You just had to be there. You young niggas don't even know. You young niggas don't even understand how dirty the game is now. How they don't like they got all this weed and shit. They spraying it with these weird ass things and making it smell like sour diesel or making it smell like some dank or something, and it's just like regular weed. They done sprayed it. Y'all niggas, it's a whole nother era. When I was growing up, it won't none of this tarps. It was no such thing. The weed was good or not. The shit was sour diesel or not. You couldn't call it sour diesel, bro. You couldn't get tarps and spray it and call it sour diesel. Nah, nigga, when the niggas smoked it, they knew you was lying. And niggas would be trying to get their money back or they'll stop shopping with you. So I was always like real strict. I didn't play no games. This shit was like half baked. I used to get with my plug. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be somewhere, never like in a car, hand to hand type shit. I come to his house, he'll come to my crib. We'll bust the bags open. You know what I'm saying? We get to counting the money. We get to weighing shit out. As we doing that, I'm smoking some of it. I done rolled up 2-3 blunts, past one of my cousin. You know, we passing this bitch around in the cypher. We all blazed up. This is the sour diesel. Let me get that. What? Shit was a golden era, man. Salute to Norfolk. Salute just all the urban areas that grew up in that time. New York City, my city, you know, the 7 cities, Richmond, DC, It was a golden era, bro. It was golden, bro. Them niggas used to go to DC and get them blue dolphins and come back and sell them shits $25 a pill and run out. I'm talking them shits used to be gone. Ecstasy, them bitches would be gone. Nigga would get money, bro. Nigga selling shit less than 3.5. Yeah, I used to break that bitch down to a gram. I was smoking niggas. Let me tell you something. Think about it like this, right? You get a pound, I get a pound. You break that shit down to 3.5s. I break them shits down. Each gram $20. Each gram $25. It's 25 grams. It's 28 grams in each ounce. It's 16 ounces. You do the math. Nigga, what? Bruh. You do the math, nigga. You do the math, B. I used to smoke them niggas. Or bitch, salute to the chat, man. I'm about to get up out of here. They ain't do early morning. Yeah, man, I'm up early. You missed the whole thing, man. I was up. I've been up since like 4:30, man. I couldn't go to sleep, bro. I'm surprised I ain't had to run to the bathroom yet. I've been came out here and went live. I don't feel like I gotta go to the bathroom. I think what happened was I was so dehydrated, my body was just like pulling for water that wasn't there. So like I was like, man, something wrong. But now that I done kind of hydrated myself, I got the electrolyte packs in this joint. I got some lemon water in here. I done drunk like three of these already. So I feel hydrated. Everything is regular now. Man, I was like, I was like, I ain't never, but it worked. It did exactly what it needed to do. Cause like I said, I felt bloated. I don't like I felt like nigga, I got like a pudge or a belly or something. Now my shit's flat. JP, salute, man. Enjoy your day at work, my G. Dang, early morning. They ain't do early morning. Something what it do. Yeah, we had it made. It was an error. And I'm gonna tell you something though, bro. JW the dude, right? That's why I say it was a golden era, because then the apes did start to creep in. I remember when apes started to creep in VA, like certain niggas like me, I was like shocked. I was like, nigga, what? You getting an ape for? I can't remember what they was selling apes for when I first started in VA. But it didn't make sense. I was like, what the fuck? I remember being like, what the fuck? You losing money. I kind of like slowed down once the apes, because then once apes really hit the city, niggas wasn't trying to spend $20 on the gram. The $20 grams, the $25 grams were gone. You know what I'm saying? Niggas would just go buy their little apes. And then, but you see how the apes fucked up the game. Because once the apes came, now niggas, I forgot what it started off at, but that shit was getting down to like $30 an eighth. Now you can go get an eighth for like $25 some fucking way. Imagine selling a nigga 3.5 grams of weed and you getting $30 for that shit, or you getting $25 for it, or you getting $40. Like, nigga, what? Hell nah, man. Hell nah. 3 grams of weed was like $60 for me. So I guess you know what? I remember that. That's what it was. It was like niggas was paying 60 an eighth. That's when it first started. So you was getting 3.5 for $60. So you was getting an extra 0.5 for free. That's how I felt about it, and I ain't like it. Now I remember. You was getting an extra 0.5 for free because you was paying 60 for the eighth, and you was getting 3.5. And them niggas wanted that 0.5. They were weighing the shit. They put it on the scale. It need to say 3.5. They don't want it to say 3. They don't want it to say nothing but 3.5. So I remember not liking that at first. I was like, I don't like this shit. I'd rather just sell you 3 grams for 60 and keep my 0.5. Right? But I kind of got in the loop. I was like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I was still hustling. I still had a lot of work left. You know what I'm saying? These just had pounds. So I got with it. But then I remember like the price dropping, where like you could get this weed for like an eighth. How much is an eighth now and where you at? The eighth is cheap now. So I remember like when the shit started getting cheap, where a nigga was like, I don't know, it was like $30. I was like, what the fuck? Hell no, $50 eighths. Niggas paying $50. Niggas paying $50 for an eighth. You paying 50. That shit went down. I remember when it first went down to $50 an eighth. I was like, I'm out. So you paying $50 for 3.5 grams? I'm good, nigga. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And I knew something was wrong because, like you said, it's down to 20. You can go get $20 eighths, $25 eighths. I knew that shit was, I knew something was wrong. So it fucked the game up, if you ask me. That shit fucked the game up. $75 to 100. Exactly. Yo, bro. It's early. Fuck, we could talk this talk, right? I talked to my cousins like some couple of years ago. I talked to my cousin. This when I was smoking the sour diesel. Yo, I mean not the sour diesel, the Gerd Payton, right? An ounce of the Gerd Payton in DC was like $4.80. I was getting them shits for like $400 for an ounce of this shit, right? Because it was the official cookies and the shit was fire. So I would get like, and then I would buy like 2 ounces, right? I would get like 2 ounces at a time. So let's say I spent like $800. My cousin was like, yo, I got this week, I got a Gary Payton. I'm like, how much you pay for that shit? He was like, I'm paying 200 a zone. I'm like, 200? It's not the real. Like, bro, these niggas got the game tore up. Yeah, $100 ounces, $50, $75 ounce. Nigga, what? Man, I'm good. I wasn't there so no week. If you ain't got no dispensary, I think you gotta have a dispensary and you gotta have like a gimmick now. Notice like all these niggas, they got dispensaries, but they got gimmicks. Like in New York, like they'll sell like you could buy this. They had a weed in a CD case, and the weed pack will be like a CD, and then the weed in there. Or they got the weed that's in a motherfucking Magnum box, and they give it to you, and there's weed in there. Or you buy the weed in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The weed in the cigarette box. It say gumbo on it, but it's weed in there. See, like it's a gimmick now, cause the weed who the fuck knows what kind? If it ain't official gummy, like official this, official that, these niggas getting a whole bunch of. It's a whole bunch of dirt in the game now. I wouldn't dare sell no weed. And if I had like I had an idea for a dispensary one time. I don't think I'm gonna say. Maybe I will say it, but I was gonna call it like Seven Cities 757 Sharp. I had named it. I got the name and all that shit copywritten and all that. It's called Shark City 757 Shark Food, Seven City Shark Food, something shark food, right? And it's like a big shark. And I was gonna name different weeds like after different neighborhoods and after different cities. Somebody probably gonna hear this shit and do it. But I was gonna have like P-Town Funk for Portsmouth. I was gonna have Tidewater Hydro for Norfolk, or Virginia Beach, Vibe Beach, something for that. And I was gonna have different names for different cities, and then break it down to like different neighborhoods will have their own strand and type of weed. But like that shit, man, just a lot, bro. Yeah, yeah, big salute. Yo, big salute to the chat, man. I've been up here too long, man. I'm gonna drink the rest of this water. I'm gonna lay down. Y'all enjoy y'all day, man. Enjoy y'all work. Get y'all coffee. Do what y'all do. We might go live today. Depending on how I'm feeling, man, we might go live today. I don't know. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm gonna be asleep for the majority of the day because I gotta wing this shit off. All right, so big salute to the chat, man.